Seven friends leave their village to take up seasonal jobs at a sugar processing factory, which has a unique set of rules about wandering around late at night. An incident occurs that unleashes the wrath of the demons who reside at the factory, forcing the friends to face an unspeakable truth. If I told you that this movie was based on a true event, would you believe me, or would you roll your eyes for the umpteenth time? But surely this time it's true. There has to be a sugar factory somewhere in Indonesia where these kind of sacrificing rituals take place. Or perhaps by true event, the producer means that there was once a puppet show at a sugar factory. Either way, what we have here is yet another Indonesian horror movie making this very bold claim. It's another movie based on an event written by Simple Man with the screenplay by the same person who also wrote KKN in the Dancer's Village. And guess what? That's kind of exactly what this movie feels like. Now, I have long lamented the fact that in Asia, movies are used to, push the right message. And in superstitious places like Indonesia, the audience seems to be somewhat easier to influence with this kind of movies. The message, again, in this film is don't have sex before marriage. That's exactly the same message that was in KKN. Sex and adultery are the root of all evil, or so say this movie. Now, while I'd agree about adultery, I don't quite agree about the sex before marriage thing. So, because we have this heavy-handed message about sex, then it only seems appropriate that this movie would have a pretty raucous sex scene, right? Well, this, I assume, was the cause of much hype in Indonesia. And in fact, if you look at the original movie poster for the film, it caused a little bit of a disturbance for its sexual content. Well, if you're here for the sex scene, it happens about the 100-minute mark of the film. It lasts for all of about 10 seconds. Both actors keep all their clothes on, with the exception of the body double that's taken place for the lady, who takes off her bra and all you do is see it from the back. So there you go. That's your steamy 21 plus uncut version right there. Not quite what Yoko Anwar did in Perempuan Tanah Jahanam or Impetigo. And I know I've said that Indonesian name wrong, so I apologize. The English name for that movie is Impetigo, and you will know what I mean if you've seen that film. Okay, so enough about the sex bit. What's the actual movie like? Well, like I said, it feels just like KKN, but set in a sugar field and without the coolness of the Badara Wuri as character as a temptress. So that could be the main issue that I feel is wrong with this film. What's the audience, you and I, what are we supposed to be frightened of? Is it those strange, white-faced, hairless ghouls that only appear on screen for mere seconds? Or perhaps it's that 3-meter-tall, goat-headed demon who gets less screen time than the sex scene in the movie. Was I supposed to be creeped out by the hijab-wearing character getting possessed, who then proceeded to act silly? Thus, because none of that is really creepy or scary, the movie then resorts to the time-tested trope of loud noise jump scares. Quiet, quiet, quiet. Bang! More like yawn. Like, come on, guys. We're not kids here. Or perhaps that is the audience for this film. I'll tell you one thing though. The movie is utterly saved by Frankie and Dwee. These are the two buffoon friends who add much needed spark to this film with their humor. And the two security guards with them, they also add a lot of charm to the film as well. Specifically, there's that scene where they're all playing cards towards the start of the movie, and it's a strange out of place scene, but it's got a bit of fluffy exposition, and that's the least of this film's problems. Now watch it to understand what all the hype was about, but don't blame me if you end up wasting over 2 hours of your time for a movie that starts off really, really well and then ends up going the wrong way. So using my patent pending ghost rating, which stands for great horror or stupid trash, this gets 2 ghosts. This is a bit of a disappointing one. I was honestly expecting more considering the hype that I'd been hearing about this film. I thought this was going to be some kind of remarkable Satan slave style film. In the end, it's just another rehash of the plot of KKN set in a sugar factory. It's about not having sex before marriage. Whoopie-doo. I get it, Indonesia, you're about to pass a law about people not being able to copulate before marriage, but people are going to do what they're going to do, and I don't think any amount of movies is going to stop them. Anyway, I hope I haven't spoilt this movie for you, but I think you get a really good idea of where this movie is going about 40 minutes in, when a key scene happens and you're like, oh, so much potential for this one. Perhaps a filmmaker can look at making a brain rot movie next. Maybe we can get a Tung 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 Sahur film. I'd probably be down for that. Anyway, I am the Artie Dans. You are watching my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Leave a comment if you've seen PABRIK GULA or Sugar Mill, I believe is the English title for this film. Let me know if I'm way off the mark with your feeling of the film or whether yours is about right with my one. I really do think that the audience for this is late teens, early tweens, people about to get married. I don't think it's people for my age. We are not the target audience for this film. So hence the score is a bit lower than it's probably getting elsewhere. Anyway, like, subscribe, all that other jazz. I'll catch you next time.